All right, we're going to talk about your position, position number 2, also known as the shooting guard. And your position, we're going to talk about some general things about offense, some things about your position, and then we're going to take a look at your position, bring the ball up the floor, take a look at it against the zone defense, and lastly, your position against a man-to-man defense. So on offense, what are we trying to do? We're trying to score as a team. Sometimes that means you're going to score, and many other times it means a teammate is going to score. So we'll go over some things, and you'll learn some things from this video and from through the season, and what you already know, and from your parents or coach, and to what to do to help your team score. But when you're on the court and you're not sure what to do, that's kind of the question you always want to be answering to yourself: is what can I do to help my team score? So on offense, we talked about we want to take what the defense gives us. You as with the ball, or you as an individual without the ball, you want to take what the defense gives you. And remember, on offense, we're in control. On defense, it's about being faster. We want to get that ball. But on offense, we need to make that transition to say we're in control. We're going to do what we're trying to do. We're going to score. We're going to take what the defense gives us. We are in control. So you can see here in your position too, and you have the ball right here. This kind of shows kind of your general area where you are. And so a couple things we want to look at is passing. When you make passes, you want to make good passes to your teammates. You often want to use bounce passes. You often want to step into a pass if you're passing to say 1 or into 4. And most of the time you're going to want to make bounce passes. When you're getting open, if your teammate has the ball, it's really your job to get open. You got to work to get open. So we talked about, and you've seen videos on how to do a V cut, walk your defender in, and then come out real quick to get the ball. So you can do a lot of things to get open. But one thing you don't want to do is just kind of stand here and just repeatedly ask for the ball, because there's really no difference between one having the ball here and you having the ball here, because we're trying to get the ball down here. Unless, of course, one is in trouble, which we'll talk about later. But you kind of want to get open. You want to get to an open spot on the floor. You want to do something with the ball. Or you may set a screen for your teammate, and when he comes off that screen, then you could be open. But again, you're just always thinking, what can I do to help my team score? Let's see here. So you want to work to get open. Go to the open spot on the floor, do V-cuts, and when someone's passing you, kind of take a step into the pass so the defense can't get it. Let's see. So shooting, anytime you have a good shot, take it. For example, this would be a good shot. There's no defender in front of you. This would be a bad shot because 2's right in front of you and could block it or keep you from scoring. But you don't want to be too far away. You don't want to take, just throwing the ball up there. If you have a good shot, take it, because that's what we want to do in basketball. Everything we're trying to do is we're trying to get to have a teammate take a good shot, and that teammate may be you. Okay, so let's look at your position going up the floor here. Oftentimes, one will be bringing the ball up the court, and this is where you can really work to get open. As you see one coming up, kind of have a defender here, and as you see one coming up, that's when you can kind of walk in and do a V-cut, kind of bring your defender in, so that when one does get here, you can pop out and he can give you a pass, and then maybe one overcommits, and then you just go by and make a layup. Or maybe one sits back too far, you lost one, or you're going to take what the defense gives you. But again, when you see one coming up, you don't just want to kind of just stand there and expect one to give you the ball just because you're standing there. You want to work to get open. You may want to do a V-cut to pop back out. You may want to set a screen for 4, and then 4 can come out and get the ball, and maybe then you're open and then you're closer to the basket. So again, there's a lot of possibilities that you can take as you see the ball coming up the court. Also, too, you may see cases where one's not always going to bring it up the middle. Maybe one brings it to your side, you're over here. Maybe he's bringing it on your side, so maybe you can kind of come over to get open or slide down a little bit, that sort of thing. So you can, just help the number one position bringing the ball up. He's really looking. His first best passes, if nobody's open here in the middle, is going to be to you or your teammate 3, position number 3 over here. So you really want to say, hey, when one comes across, I'm gonna be open for him. I'm really going to help him, or I'm going to set a screen for him, or I'm going to do something. But that's what you want to think of when you see that ball bring up the court. That's time to think, okay, what am I going to do now to help my team score? And of course, later, if we're running a play, then you want to say, what am I supposed to do in this play? Okay, so let's look at your position against the zone. You can see here the blue is the defense here in a 2-3 zone. One has the ball. You're over here. So we talked about this before. You could get open here because you're a little closer to the basket. So it would be a good pass for one to make. If this guy overcommits, you can go in. But in general, what you want to do against the zone is you want to attack gaps. So you see this gap because there's a lot of separation between two defenders. That's a gap that you can attack, that you can go right in. Another thing everyone should do when playing against the zone on offense is always look to pass in here. Anytime you see a teammate in this area and you can make a good pass, maybe 2 comes over here, you can stop, make a good pass into the middle so your teammate can score. Because this is really a good shot, isn't it, if we can get the ball inside here. Or even if you have a gap and you can get the ball inside here, that's where we want to get the ball, is inside the middle. Now it's tough. I mean, really a 2-3 zone is kind of built to say, look how crowded we are in the middle. We have all of our defenders right kind of where you want to throw it. So that's why it's so valuable that if we get an opportunity to take the ball and here that we use that opportunity to get the ball in there, because hey, we just broke down really what they're really trying to do on a zone defense, is to stop the ball from getting in the middle there. So that's one thing to do, make good passes. You can certainly set screens. If you pass the 1 here, you could set a screen on 2, come over here, and then 1 can go around you, and then you kind of trail behind them a little bit, because if 5 comes over, say, then you're open, then you can go in and take a good shot. So, you'll find that when you start doing things to say, what can I do to help my team score, oftentimes you're the one that ends up scoring, because you were helping your teammates so much and thinking that way so much that you end up with the ball and you end up with a good shot. But if every time we're at a bad shot, we don't want to take it. Now, this is true if against the zone or even against the man defense, but you're going to find yourself sometimes in trouble, meaning the defense is playing really good. They got you stopped. You already stopped dribbling, and there's really nowhere to go. You can't go here. You can't see 4. 4's not getting open. 1's way over here. So you're in trouble. So what should you do? Well, the one thing you should do when you're in trouble every time is turn away from the basket. Why do you want to turn away from the basket? Well, your defenders are trying to stay between you and the basket. So if you turn away from the basket, you're going to have more space and see. And your teammates should be coming there to help you get the ball, to help you pass the ball. Okay, so if you're in trouble, don't just stand here or even turn back and hold the ball in front of you. You actually have to go ahead and turn around. Sorry, wrong one. You have to turn around and you have the ball. You got to turn around and trust that your teammate's going to help do their job and help you get out of trouble. And one more thing, just in this, again, against the man or the zone, when you get the ball, you don't want to dribble right away. Let's say you got open, you got the ball here, and there's no gap. If there's an obvious gap, then as soon as you get the ball, dribble, attack that gap. But let's say you got the ball and your defender's right on you. Well, don't just dribble as soon as you get the ball, because now you have the ball, you're not really in trouble because you could still dribble. So now you can say things like, okay, let me try to do a fake and then go this way. Or let me see if 4 can get open here, and then you can make a pass. So don't dribble as soon as you get the ball, unless you're just going to go right. You see a gap, and you're going to go right in and attack it. Okay, so again on zone, we're really trying to get the ball here, whether that means you attack a gap or you see an open teammate. Let's take a look at the offense against man-to-man. So here you can see all your players, all your teammates are kind of spaced out. Nobody's in the middle here. Why is nobody in the middle? Well, nobody's in the middle because if your teammate's in the middle, that means the defender's in the middle. And we don't want any defender. We want to create space so that whoever goes in with the ball doesn't have to worry about meeting a defender. So that's why we're separated here. Now, you can still go in here to get open. You can go in here to make cuts. Okay, you can walk your man in, then pop back out, so 2 can pass, and maybe 4 is late, and you drive in closer. While you were driving in closer, 5 came in, and you make a pass. Okay, that's just one possibility. The other possibility is you take a V cut, you come out, you get open. 2 gives you the ball, 4 is trying to recover, and he overcommits, and you go by him and score. Okay, so lots of possibilities. Another thing you could do against man-to-man is you could set a screen for 4. You could come down here and have 4 go around so that 1 can make a pass. Okay, that's another possibility. So there's a lot of things you can do. So again, you're always thinking, what can I do to help my teammates score? And you're trying to get open. You're setting screens. You may set a screen for number 1 here. You may set a screen there so 1 can go around and then you trail behind. Or maybe 4 has the ball, and 4 has the ball, and let's see here. He's got a defender here, and you go down and set a screen for 4 so he can go around. So if you're always thinking, what can I do to help my teammates score, you'll find a lot of times that you're the one that scores. Because you're getting closer to the ball and the basket in a good way. You're just not crowding your teammate by standing next to him wanting the ball. But for example here, you set a screen for 4. 4 goes around. Maybe the defender goes under the screen, and then you're trailing behind, and the 4 can pass it back to you, and you can take a good shot, or even get in closer and take a good shot. So good things happen when you're a good teammate. So that's it. And as always, if you have a good shot, you take. If you have a good shot, you take it. So that's what we're trying to do on offense. Make good passes, get open, help your teammates to score, take good shots if you have it.